All right, boys, let's overreact to Summer League. We are mostly just talking rookies, and that includes Nikola Topic. Also, there's a sponsor in this video. We got to start right at the top with Cooper Flagg. So Cooper had a better scoring game in his second one than his first one. Even so, I think his two-way impact is still shown through. Like, you see these plays where he is in the paint and he's offering like weak side defense or just being around the basket as a ball handler or a driver, gets overwhelmed, passes the ball out, whatever. There's been a lot of those types of plays already with Cooper. And then as far as the scoring goes, I think where Cooper is at as a creator right now is you got to give him a little bit of help, whether it's a screen, on or off the ball, which they figured out a lot in the second game because Carter Bryant was hounding him like crazy on the ball against the Spurs. And then eventually they had Cooper either like setting ghost screens to get the switch or multiple screens on the ball or give him a couple of off-ball screens to catch it on the move. And then from there, Cooper could just take advantage of his physical gifts. I mean, drawing fouls, getting inside. He's already tried to dunk on dudes twice in this thing. In the first game, when it was more so just, hey, Cooper, can you do everything at the top of the key and we're not even going to give you a screen every time? And then he's trying to create against like Darius Bazley. He didn't have a lot of success there. He ended up missing a lot of fadeaways. I'm sure everybody's seen the Bronny clip where Bronny was guarding him in the post really well, even if it was a foul on Bronny, but it didn't really look like a foul. I've only seen it once, to be fair. Maybe there's a different angle for that one, but yeah, I think that's where I'm at with Cooper. If the Mavericks just ask him to do everything as a lead ball handler right away, then I think there will be more growing pains than necessary, but I don't think they're going to do that. Might be a little bit of that. But he's definitely good enough off the bounce right now to work off of screens. You get it. I think Cooper's going to be an awesome two-way guy from the jump. I mean, I haven't talked about the passing. Like, yeah, he's created a lot of shots for guys. Not all of them have gone in by his teammates, but he's definitely created shots. And then in time, we assume, as he already has progressed at a really fast rate with his handle, pick and roll play, etc., that's still going to get to a higher level in the NBA. Does it reach like peak superstar status? I don't know. That's the question. But the two-way impact is going to be crazy. Next up, Dylan Harper. I've really liked how controlled and relaxed Harper looks around screens. He's only played one game, but in that one game, the timing of them, it made sense. Like, this is what he was supposed to be coming into this thing, just a creator who's not like a super athlete, but is very crafty. I think his best play so far has been him attacking Cooper on a switch where he quick crossover and then he just like bursts with his right hand. Some gather steps that have looked good, some big scooping layups that have looked good. He looks good. And I would assume that he's going to get to run the offense when De'Aaron Fox is not in the game. Now, sure, there were a couple plays where I felt like he thought he was going to have the angle on a defender, and then he had to pick the ball up. And even on one of them, he still made a really, really good pass. Or one time he got blocked from behind, where, yeah, like you're going up against just better defenders now. And he also had to sit the last few games with, like, not a serious injury, but a smaller one. Next up, VJ Edgecomb, who unfortunately has also only played one game. Man, how he looked as a pick-and-roll operator and a shot creator and a pick the ball up, survey the floor, my big is open for a three type stuff, looked pretty advanced, man. Like, yeah, he missed some shots at the rim. He got blocked by Sensabaugh on one where I was like, how the hell did that not go in? But with how composed he was looking, like how comfortable he was looking getting into like long twos or pull-up twos or fade twos, I'm like, man, the thing with him was like he's a super athlete who has improved as a shooter and a ball handler, but there's still some ways to go there. And like, yeah, that's probably still what it's going to be. He's not going to be doing this day one of the NBA season, but there was something there, man. Before we talk about some more guys, this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. So with the NBA season over, I've been trying to get back into baseball, and the Red Sox have been closing the distance in the AL East lately. The Dodgers come to town in a couple of weeks. That sounds like a good time, and if I wanted to go to those games or any sporting event or concert or festival, then I would use SeatGeek, as I have in the past. It's always been a good time. And there's over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. They are the #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads, and you can use my code FunkyDiabetic10 for 10% off your next order at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code FunkyDiabetic10. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. You can find my link in the description or the pinned comment to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account. One more time, FunkyDiabetic10, 10% off. SeatGeek, good stuff, man. Now let's go to Nikola Topic, who was out for a year with the ACL. I think he's played the most games out of everybody between California and Vegas. My take on Topic is that he can definitely get to the paint, and the passing is legit. His in-and-out dribble seems really effective. He's got these big sweeping crossovers. And he turned a lot of plays where it felt like it was not really going anywhere into him in the paint pretty quickly. And then from there, draw defenders, find shooters, little flips back to his big guy around the free throw line. He did just have his best game, so he's going in the right direction, but I can't ignore in the California ones where there were definitely a good amount of missed shots by him. There were also times where I felt like he either was overconfident in his ability to split a couple defenders, or he just didn't know that the help was going to condense as fast as it did to lead to turnovers. And there were also some plays where he was just forced to pick the ball up, where you could tell he was like a little overwhelmed by the moment, but he felt more comfortable as it went. And again, like there were a lot of drives and good passes. Next up, this is going to be awkward. I have not seen Konkanippel's game. I know he didn't do much stat-wise, and for some reason, NBA.com or League Pass will not allow me to watch these Summer League games until Summer League is over. Like, bro, I can't wait that long for the video. And then I quickly was like, oh crap, I have to record all these on my DirecTV so I can watch them all. So I have not seen the Konkanippel game. Hornets fans, you tell me. This means I also did not get to see Walter Clayton Jr.'s game because he was in that game. I saw the highlights. He looked good. There you go. Ace Bailey. So for Ace, the numbers were better in the second game. I'm not even going to go over that many specific plays here. I'm just going to say, you put this guy in a more organized offense where Will Hardy will put him in sets to work off the ball, which we've already seen some of that in the Summer League, so he can catch it on the move going to the basket. I think that's where the talent's really going to shine through, because he does pull off specific plays where it's just the size, the fluidity as an athlete, the shot making. Sure, he's had some shots I haven't liked. He's had a couple of trying to take my guy off the dribble that I haven't liked, but you can't ignore the talent whenever he pulls off a nice play. He also had a no-dip three that was really cool. And I did think in the second game, his energy on defense was like really good. Like his on-ball pressure, tipping passes, especially later in the game, it was good. Next up, Trey Johnson. He already looks like a professional scorer. It was so seamless. Keyshawn George finds him for transition threes. He's making jumpers off the dribble. He's rising up immediately off of a DHO. I don't know, like you really can just look at the highlights for Trey Johnson's game and you get it. His handle looks shifty as well. I could just move on. Like he was really good at the thing we know he's good at. Okay, we're going to go to the Pelicans next, Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. So Jeremiah Fears, real quick. First game, I thought he came out with really good defensive energy guarding on the ball. He proved that he can get downhill some. Second game, I thought he mostly floated around and then would just take a bunch of bad jumpers. I don't know what to do with Jeremiah Fears. On to Derek Queen. This guy is something, man. So his size and his handle, it's like, it looks weird while he's doing it, but also the way that he's able to like go through multiple defenders and finish, and these gather steps and these crossovers and spin moves or whatever, the entire time I'm worried he's going to lose the ball, and yet he has turned some amount of these into baskets or fouls or passes for guys. However, he's also dribbled himself into trouble, including one time where he tried to go the length of the floor, got knocked off his spot, and then just basically gave the other team 2 points. I think his screen setting was very, very bad at the start of this whole thing, and then it got a little better in that first game as it went along. I mean, he was horrible in the first half of the first game. Like, I was like, is this dude even an NBA player? And then he got better after that. Now, they've mostly been playing him at power forward next to Misi or another center, and I find myself being like, okay, so, and he also has post skills as well. Like, he scored in the post as well, and I'm like, okay, so his size and his handle and his post-up stuff, is that more effective versus 4s or 5s? Because you can take 5s off the dribble from the top of the key. You could try to overpower 4s. I don't know. The 3 ball's got to get there. Also, his defense, I'm concerned. Like, he has had many plays as the help guy around the basket, and there just hasn't been much of a contest, or there is a contest, but they don't really feel him. He's had some closeouts that looked slow as well. But I don't know. He's like 6'10 or 6'11, and when he goes off the dribble, it's just mesmerizing because I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Let's go to Agor as well as Danny Wolf and all the Nets young guys. So this is Agor, Danny Wolf, Traore, and Saraf. I think all these guys can pass. I think they all can put the ball on the floor. I don't know if any of them are going to be able to create early on in their NBA careers. I think Traore looked the most ready to run the Summer League offense. I think Danny Wolf had some nice passes on short rolls, including one amazing one to Drew Timme. But yeah, as far as like north-south, get into the paint consistently, there were a couple of drives here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of screens, a lot of DHOs, a lot of just searching for any sort of seam, and like somebody's just got to create one eventually, man. So yeah, Colin Murray-Boyles has not played for the Raptors. Let's go on to Malawach with the Suns, who had a bit of a rivalry going on with Alex Sarr. Like, they both blocked each other, lost the ball versus each other. That was kind of fun. Malawach took a lot of threes. This is the time to do it. Malawach is definitely raw. I think defensively, I mean, it was a mixed bag. Sometimes he's just huge around the basket, and Bub is not challenging him. Or again, I mentioned he blocked Sarr a couple times. Later on, though, it's like Keyshawn George knocked him off his spot for a layup. Alex Sarr got him a little bit with an elbow to knock him off. One time he's tipping a lob, other times he's in no man's land and gives up a lob to Sar. But still, when he's in the right spot and the timing on the contest is right and all that stuff, yeah, I mean, the dude's huge. I don't think Cedric Coward has played. I have not seen Noah Sengay, Bulls fans. I'll get caught up on him. Now for my guy Carter Bryant. His defense is amazing, man. I don't know what the offense is going to be. I tweeted that he was my favorite rookie so far, and then he proceeded to miss every shot the rest of the game. But the way that he does multiple things in the same possession, like he'll hound like Ryan Nembhard with the ball and then rotate over to a three-point shooter and then mix it up down low trying to get the rebound, this kid's great. The offense will have to get there, or in 3 years I'm going to be like, well, the defense is good, but... Next up, Hansen. The passing's legit, man. The Blazers are giving him the ball at the top of the key, mostly, and they're saying, we got cutters around you, hit him on bounce passes, he's telling his teammates where to stand, he's saying, hey, you got to cut harder, all that stuff. Love it. I do think the key for him is going to be if he can keep on making bigs pay off the dribble, because he's got this, like, I back you down for a second and then I drive on you and hit you with a spin move thing. And he's got to consistently do that to make bigs respect him out there, because if they don't respect him out there and they can back up, then the passing's not going to hit as much. And then besides that, we will just see if he can be an efficient post-up player versus NBA bigs. And then as far as the defense, I thought when he was around the basket, I thought there were enough plays where guys just didn't challenge him or his contest was fine enough. Yeah, he did give up some offensive rebounds, but also he's pretty young. He's going to be against bench guys early. I didn't feel alarmed by his defense. There was one switch that I saw where he had no chance of staying on the guard. He might have had another one later that I didn't see, but that one was like, ooh boy. Next up, Jaquez. He was not good in the California games. Didn't really get the ball much, like to lead the offense, but when he finally got the ball, he would just like turn it over, basically. In Vegas, he looked better. They gave him some more pick and roll, some of it with Khalil Ware. He also did just make some threes, but that's cool. But he also just had more plays of like attacking off the catch. The double comes, he's ready for it, skip pass to the other corner, split a couple of defenders on a transition drive, stuff like that. I think Jaquez showed enough in that last game to be like, okay, I know what he's supposed to be good at. He's showing it off here. The California games were bad. We'll just see with more of a sample size, I guess. I do want to talk about my Celtics before we get out of here. I was mostly fixated on Amari Williams, the big, and they drafted in the second round. I should have been mostly fixated on Hugo. I like Hugo's two-way energy. There you go. I like Amari's mobility on offense and defense. Like, he guarded outside of the paint some. I thought running in transition he was good. I thought his screen setting was good. All that was cool. I also thought his defense around the basket, while not crazy, was mostly fine. And he also had one amazing skip pass out of the post. With that being said, his backup, Charles Bassey, just put up more points and more rebounds. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Anything else? Oh yeah, Berenjay for the Wolves. He had a lot of blocks. There you go. Good stuff.